Thank you, Jovita. You made my day. I am blushing. But also thank you, Margaret Ann, for this inspiring, wonderful talk you gave. I'm so proud that you work with Burda. You're the perfect ambassador for the new Burda. If I would be 30 years younger, I would do everything to work for you. No, you're great, and I'm very happy to have you and to be a friend of you, and I'm proud. Thank you also, Jacek and Thomas, for your wonderful speeches. I think they had one thing in common, also Margaret Ann's, your speech. It's about change. Our age, our times are about change. Before I start my speech, I want to ask you, who are you? Who of you works in media? Who of you is a coder? That's not good. One coder, only one. And I don't trust you very well. You pretend to. What, are you a coder? A real coder? What are you coding? Yeah, a coder? Wonderful. Only one. I can't understand. Every one of you should be on Code Academy or on these coding courses, because this is the technique of the future. You should. It's the beauty of writing in the next ages. You should do it. We all should do it. Honestly enough, I try to do it, but for my old brain, I'm not linear enough for it. So I'm not a coder. Who is an editor of you? So should I switch? Okay. No editor? Who works for marketing? Good. Oh, good. So I will speak a little bit about change. Every change has a story. But to wake you up and to push you a little for my speech, I show you what I do. Can we see the film? Can we see what's DLD all about? What should I do? Should I push a button? Okay. Yeah. I think it's a wonderful idea to sit here and speak with you and talk with you. I'm so proud. I have a Polish grandfather. He was a Polish painter, a painter from Krakow, a portraitist. And he always told me about Poland and how proud he was for his wonderful country. So this is DLD. change always has history. And the history of Burda starts, the change history of Burda starts 95. Probably if some of you have been not even in kindergarten 95. Who is born after 95 from you? Oh, good. So you're not the digital natives. You know what I'm speaking about. When 95, nobody knew about the internet. Only a small group of nerds, of scientists, but not society, not media. But in Munich, one publisher knew. It was Hubert Burda. Hubert Burda, the son of Annie Burda, who founded Burda Fashion some years ago. He said he's an art historian, an art lover, a poet, and publisher. And he said to me, 95, I was a housewife. I had 4 kids. I have 4 kids. They were very small. Oh, Steffi, you are such a curious person. You have to discover with me this new obscure medium called the internet. And I said, well, I'm working. I'm not working. I'm a mother. I have to raise my children. And he said, oh, you can do it all together. You do it, just do it. And he made me curious. He was so enthusiastic about this new medium who he believed will change the world. And he sent me very early on, 95, to the United States, to Silicon Valley. Then it was a humble little small urban, not village, but a little bit more than a village. It was a center for research and had this great Stanford University. And around the Stanford University, there were kind of garages with young entrepreneurs. One I met very early on. It was a fat, sorry, but he was fat. Young boy, he just turned 20, and he just invented a software called Mosaic, the browser. Later on Netscape and now Firefox, and we all know it. His name was Mark Andreessen, and he believed that he will change the world, and he did. Because with Mosaic, it was the first thing you could put pictures, images into this browser. So I met him. I met Mitchell Baker. I met Marissa Mayer, Sergey Brin, Larry Page. All these stars of today, very young, when they just started their company. And this was very interesting. So I came back and to Germany, to my media company, Burda, and Hubert Burda was totally enthusiastically, but the editors of Elle, of Instal was not there, of Bunte, of Focus just started, said, oh, what is this? We don't want change. We are so successful with our magazines. Our business is advertising, marketing. We need to talk to advertisers. We need to talk to our business partners, not to nerds, not to startup guys. They should wash their hair and they shouldn't be so pale. No, but what are they talking? This crazy publisher and this crazy old person talking about the internet. Well, I was frustrated, but I didn't lose my energy. I was happy that Hubert sent me to Israel. He said, oh, let's look to Israel. We have a Center for Innovative Communications. Let's check out what they are doing in Israel. And some of you probably know that Israel is the startup nation. They really, many of the inventions we live on, like navigation systems, like drones, like whatever, like, you know it, are an invention or came originally from Israel. So I was very energized again, and so, oh wow, what's going on there? We have to show it our people. We have to connect the media world with this amazing tech world of Israel. So, since I'm a housewife, and I'm proud to be a housewife still, I thought, what are the housewives doing? They throw dinners, they throw parties. And I said, okay, let's invite some scientists, let's invite some students, some startups, some marketing people, some young ones, some old ones, bring them to Israel, and let them learn about the startup scene in Israel. we invented a format. Was called Cool People in a Hot Desert. So we brought, for example, Mark Samwer from the Samwer Brothers to Israel, Christiane Salm from the since then MTV networks. We brought 50, 60 people, and we mingled them with this vivid and lively and wonderful startup scene. I did it with an Israeli partner, Yossi Vardi. His son, Danny, invented ICQ a couple of months or years ago, and he sold it to our elf. This was the big thing in Israel. So the two of us invented this format. It went very, very well. And parallel, we've traveled the US. And 96, I was at my first TED conference. Who of you know about the TED conference? Look at this, it's many people, many of you. TED stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design, and is a fantastic conference. It brings together not only technology people, but also entertainment people, also design people. And it's a schmooze fest. You don't sit in an audience where you, here's the speaker and there's the audience. You also mingle all the time. You go on parties together, and it's a community. And this was very interesting to me. We didn't know this in Germany. We didn't know this in Europe. So after a while of doing this, mingling and coming back to my company, evangelizing the internet, finding good people who changed the companies, the change slowly started. Within company, within the German internet industry, we made a difference. And then we said, why shouldn't we go only to Israel? We should do a big TED-like conference in Germany. So 2005, big jump, we started DLD. DLD stands for Digital Life Design. And every year since then, we bring together people from the industry, people from the art world. I think that art is a very important seismograph for changes in the industry. If you want to know what's going on in the world, or who is changing the world, go in galleries, go in workshops, speak to artists. Artists are so sensitive for change. They know it sometimes much earlier than yourself. This is one of the, so we had IYY, we had a young singer from New York, a wonderful young blonde singer. She was the most polite person you can imagine. I said, oh, she's so nice, but can she sing? And everyone says, yes, she can sing. And she's so polite, it's so unusual for this singer world. And she sang, and she was wonderful. And after 2 months, I heard that she became a big star, and every one of you know her. It was Lady Gaga. Or a young man I met in Palo Alto with his sister, who's also a singer, and she sang wonderful and was enthusiastic, and I sat beside this young man. His name was Mark, and I said, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm doing a." This was 2008. I'm doing a kind of social things. So I couldn't hardly understand him, and I said, "Oh, why don't you come to Munich and speak about it?" And guess who he was? Mark Zuckerberg. He only had 2 million users then. Now, as you know, he has more than 1.5 billion. So the trick of DLD is to identify very early on people who will be successful, who are on a message, who are driven. And interesting enough, these are not the marketing people very often. They are the shy ones, the driven ones. These full of energy and full of spirit. They are so devoted, they are not social. They do social networks sometimes, but they are not social. You have to push them, you have to trigger them, you have to invite them to learn and connect them with unexpected things. Marissa Meyer, for example, she was at DLD 7 times. And how did I catch her? I promised her to go on a hike with her, or many hikes with her. She loves doing hikes, so we did hikes. We went to the opera together. You have to catch them on a personal way. DLD never pays a penny for a speaker. We just invite them on a private level, not only private, but on a personal level. Jan Koum from WhatsApp, he comes to DLD because he likes this mixture between music, business, technology, community. And all of you, if I look at you, some of you are of course bored, I can understand this, but some are listening to me. And if I can give you a personal advice, be very focused in your business. Really be driven. Don't do it as a job. Do it as an source for life. You have to find a topic which really drives you, And don't care about money. Of course you have to earn money, but care about your vision, what you want to do in life. Because all these successful people you saw at the DLD New York film right now, they are, before everything else, they are driven. They have a vision, they have a message. And if you're in the marketing business, be devoted to your clients, to your product. Don't do it as I'm doing it from 9 to 5, and then I'm so happy that my job is over. That's over. This thinking is old thinking. If you have a pattern for success of our days, listen to Margaret Ann. She was really devoted and driven for what she's doing. I'm so proud of you. And I want you, the only message, DLD is nice, but this elderly lady said to us, be driven. And I wish you will be driven after you leave this room. Thank you very much. And please, I'm very open to your questions. I want to get in dialogue with you. You know, my whole business is dialogue. Who wants to ask me something? Please, what is your name? What are you doing?
Thank you. Trachologist is a person who helps people in problems with hair and problems with scalp skin.
Okay.
So we developed the company.
What is the name of the company?
It's Satura Rosta PL.
What?
Satura Rosta.
Satura Rosta.
Yeah.
Market yourself. Okay.
That's the name of the pharmaceutic which is most helpful in hair loss for people. Anyway, we have also skin range and this stuff. What I wanted to ask you actually, it's why I cannot invite you on the Facebook?
That's an interesting question. It's a very interesting question. If you look my name, I'm on Facebook or Twitter or so. Honestly, I'm bored about Twitter and Facebook. I don't do it. I even don't do Pinterest.
I can see that you love dogs, yeah?
Yeah, I did a dog website many years ago. I tell you why. I'm a person. I love to talk to you personally. I don't like
Me either.
to speak with or to be connected with people I don't know, you know? I want to, not that I want to touch you, but I want to see you and connect you. You know, I have a feeling for you.
You can touch me, no problem. Anyway, anyway, thank you for an answer. Will we have any time on the coffee
yes, please,
later?
Please.
Okay, thank you.
Can, yeah. Okay.
Are there any questions? It's the first time Steffi is here in Poland and probably won't come back soon.
Don't be so shy. You should talk to me. I can connect you to everyone. Who is it?
I'm going to ask a question because I have to. The way I normally do this is I say the first person who asks a question gets a bottle of Moët from me. Does that help encourage you? Because normally I have to actually encourage people to ask.
Yeah.
It's not usual, right? People don't usually ask, so I can do it by random, or I can actually start and in the meantime ask you, please. We love 3 questions from the audience because it's a really unique opportunity. So I'm going to ask you, Steffi, one question just to give thing. If there's one thing or one person that you met along your journey since '95 so far that you met that was an unexpected discovery. So, you know, you've met so many people. There were some that you had a sense that what they were doing was going to be game-changing, and then there was some that just came from nowhere in a very unexpected way and did something pivotal that changed things. Is there one that you can say that it was a real black sheep or a surprise for you?
That's an interesting question. Yes, it's every day a new person. So today, or always, it's of course Hubert Burda. Hubert Burda is such a young, he's 76 now, and he's such a young, curious guy, you can't imagine. If you're tired, if you are bored, he gives you back energy. The same with Yossi Vardi, this old guy. Yossi Vardi, I told you about ICQ. Two old guys who are never stopped, who are peers with young ones, who are energizing young ones. They made a big difference for me. But of course, I was very much impressed by Jeff Bezos, by his intriguing laughing, by his. Right now you can't talk with him anything but rockets. He's totally in rocket business. Or Sergey Brin, his pet topic right now is, guess what? What is his pet topic? From Sergey Brin, besides the electric cars, the self-driving cars, beside Google X, beside Alphabet. You can talk for hours with him about yoga, gymnastics. He is totally in body physics. If you have a dinner with him, he all of a sudden stands up and does yoga, stretching, whatever. I think he's an interesting person, as well as Larry Page. They are driven. The organization of Google impresses me a lot. And how they keep up with change, how they evolve, how they constantly change and drive forward. This is very, very impressive for me. Also, my colleagues at DLD, we are only 8 people. We are doing 5 conferences a year. Next month, we are in New York. If I can invite you to DLD New York, it's my honor and my pleasure to invite you to New York. You're my guest, my personal guest. I tell you why. Poland is the neighbor of Germany, and we don't know so few things. We don't know anything about us. It's my second time to be in Poland. I wish it's the same, and it's a 1-hour flight to come from Munich to Warsaw. I'm flying 3 times a month to Berlin, but Warsaw is the same. Why? I have no idea about your scientists. I have no idea about your universities. I have no idea about your startup world. Please, please be better in marketing your country. You have a wonderful country. And why is Silicon Valley so cool? Because they have a perfect marketing machine. I don't know about your inventions. What is the coolest Polish invention in last year? Tell me about this. You're marketing persons, you should know them, the inventions. Is it a new drone? Is it a new rocket? Is it a new code? What is it? You are silent. Why? You should stand up and didn't stop to speak. Not stop to. You know what I want to say.
So we have, thank you, Steffi. We have, I see 2 questions. Lady in the red jacket, 3 questions. Lady in the red jacket, please say who you are
and what you do.
Okay, I'm Anna Rzeszotek. I'm from Nestle Nutrition, and I would like to ask you a question which connected to the story you shared, which resonated a lot with me. So you talked to us that you were women of 4 raising the children, and somebody came to you to enter the area you didn't know. This is somehow the story of my life, because 3 years ago I was asked by the business manager of Nestle Nutrition to join the team, and I was a nutritionist. I'm still nutritionist. To be consumer engagement manager means digital manager, And it was really quite new area for me. It was 3 weeks after I joined Facebook, you know. I didn't know a lot about search, SEO, SEM, and social media, etc. So my question is, how did you fight for, you know, to be brave, to enter the area you don't know? Because we are in the shoes that we need to reinvent ourselves a lot. And I see that I need to follow all the trends. And I'm from the X generation, not from the, you know, millennials who are immersed in digital. So I think that there are a lot of people in the room who are not maybe that much, you know, immersed in digital. So what would be your advice to enter new areas which we feel a little bit, you know, resistant? We are a little bit resistant. So the story you shared, it intrigued me a lot.
Thank you, thank you. My advice is to be curious to that what you do, to the new things. You know, there's a system theory that systems are imploding when there are too many people who know each other. So a good leader is infiltrating new ones, newbies, who have no idea about the system, about the job, but are passionate, have a good sense, human touch, for human touches, have a good pattern recognition for people and systems and businesses. So be self-confident. Be confident that you took the right decision, and find alliance, you know, find friends and people you like to work with. This is my advice. And never regret before from your children. Say, I'm doing a good job, I love to do what I can, we can go on holidays because I work. Don't be self-confident. I think this is the most important thing. And if you have doubts, talk to yourself till the doubts are gone. And if you say, it's not the right place, leave it. So good, what else you want? It's fantastic. Congratulate yourself.
Michael Hellman, Burda. Steffi, I attend DLD in New York and also in Munich, and I think the question, when you are planning to do DLD in Warsaw? Because this is
that's a good question.
The right moment?
Yeah. Lock me. What's the English word? Lock. Yeah. Give me reasons. I'm coming. But you too are reasons to come. You are the reasons. Are you? Are you?
So
Yeah, you.
Can we have a show of hands? Who thinks we should have a DLD in Warsaw?
I'm more interested. Who thinks no, we don't need it? Be honest.
One more question. So yes, the lady here. Please introduce yourself.
Right. Hi, I'm Eva, and I'm a photographer and entrepreneur and a mother of a little guy, a 3-year-old boy. And I'd like to tell you about one invention that I've heard of that is really great. Last year, my high school friend actually came up with an idea to create a robot that enables parents and teachers to teach kids coding. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really great. It's called Photon. It's a little robot. And my question, really simple one. Which sources of information would you recommend for us to keep up with the newest trends in digital world?
Very simple. I'd love to connect you to Zach Sims. Zach is the founder of Code Academy. He's a 25-year-old guy, a good friend of DLD. Give me your email, I connect you. He will provide you with the information you need for your business. This is DLD. By the way, here's Heiko. Heiko, stand up first. DLD wouldn't be possible without Heiko. He's, well, I just want you. It's really fun working for DLD because of people like Heiko.
And there's one other question just to answer specifically the latest you said. What sources of information would you recommend to the people in the room
general,
to keep up with the latest, greatest, newest, most influential things in digital?
I tell you what, every day I'm reading the International New York Times. I think it's a fantastic source of various fields. Today, for example, what's his name? Thomas Friedman commentary about changing our world. If you look at the magazine of today, you see this amazing separated twins, this picture. You see latest sport news. It's a wonderful newspaper for our global world. I really recommend this. Of course, I recommend the Wall Street Journal and the Financial Times. I recommend you see and you hear old media. I recommend Wired Magazine. And of course, I recommend Business Insider, The Information. These are newsletters I'm reading every day. DigiDay for the latest trends in marketing. And I'm following friends of mine, John Markov as a technology reporter, Brian Morrissey as a marketing guy who knows the latest trends, Kara Swisher for Silicon Valley chat, Clutch. And so, yeah, you can ask me, you can send me an email. My email is Steffi, STFFI, Czerny, CZERNY, @burda.com. I'm happy to answer your questions. Good.